Hello, everyone. For our next read aloud, I am reading to you Garvey's Choice by Nikki Grimes. And it was a Young Hoosier book a couple of years ago. I always liked it, and everyone who read it enjoyed it too. It seemed that way. And so I think it'd be a worthwhile book to read. And it is a novel in verse. Some of you already know about novel in verses. You liked K.A. Holt's books a year or so ago. Remember when she came to visit our school? And a novel in verse is a poem, but it reads like a regular novel. So the pages, we don't have set chapters, but it's like each page is a poem in and of itself, yet the whole thing tells a story. And actually, a lot of people find them really easy to read. So I hope you enjoy this novel in verse. So it's about a boy named Garvey, and he loves music and math. He loves to read, and he loves to learn about outer space. He does not really enjoy sports at all, but his dad really wants him to play football. That's like the biggest thing to his dad. Like, he wants his son to be a football player, but Garvey has no interest in football. He wants to make his dad proud of him, but he also wants to be who he is and follow his own interests. And a lot of kids at school pick on Garvey, but he has a best friend, Joe, who truly understands him. And I hope it all works out for Garvey, and I really hope you enjoy this book. So without further ado, here we go. Garvey's Choice. First page is called It Figures. When I was 7 and crazy for Mr. Spock, a Star Trek lunchbox was all I craved. Instead, Dad bought one blaring the logo of some football team I'd never even heard of. I shoved that thing in the coal black of my closet, then celebrated with cake. Origami is the next page. Mom's got a talent for origami, but she can't fold me into the jock Dad wants me to be. At least she knows not to try. Angie. Angie's the athlete. Why should I compete with her? Why can't Garvey be like his sister? I heard Dad ask when I was 8. Mom replied, That's the wrong question. Ask Garvey what interests him. Talk to him, honey. Yeah, Dad, I thought, talk to me. But will he? I wish I knew. Summer Lost and Found. Stories are breadcrumbs. Just follow the trails of books, and you will find me lost among the galaxies of scorched stars and ships to Mars. Stars. Stars on my ceiling wink at me when the full moon comes for a visit. I might return the favor someday, at least in my dreams. For now, I strap on Chapter 4 of Mars Rescue, steady the console, then ease back on the throttle for a smooth flight through star fields. Is anyone else interested in outer space like he is? I bet a lot of you are. So that's really what gets Garvey excited. Next page is sci-fi novel. On page 59, I meet 2 red Martian trills and feel a sweet chill ripple through me until Dad says, Football would do you better. Where did he come from? The sudden slap of words sends my trills scattering. I snarl and pound my pillow. It's too late to slam the door. Mom speaks. Later, Mom asks him, Why don't you let Garvey be? I hear Dad snort twice. Why can't he put those books down, play football or basketball? Garvey likes to read. When was that not a good thing? Thanks, Mom, I whisper. You're right, says Dad, but reading doesn't build muscles, does it? When I was his age, my papa and I always played. We roughhoused like, normal. I go downstairs, grab a Coke, and wash down Dad's disappointment. Antidote. Dinner table talk is magically washed away on a sea of song the minute I clamp on my trusty earphones and push play. So he loves the outer space, and he loves to just tune out with his music. He loves his music. Next page, rhymes with Harvey. Some people wonder, why Garvey? Why not Marcus? So I asked my dad. Lots of boys named Marcus, son. Garvey, that's one of a kind. Unique. How good is different? I search stories for someone who resembles me. If it weren't for books and Joe, different would just be lonely. Portrait. In Angela's eyes, I'm little baby brother. I tell her, "You're not as much older as you think." She spatters me with laughter. So it sounds like he's close to his sister Angela, or at least they can laugh together. We'll see. Perfect. Mom says I'm perfect. Dad says I'm football ready, whatever that means. Angela calls me Sweet Chunk. But I still love you, she says. Aw, Sweet Chunk, I don't know about that nickname. I can imagine how that's kind-spirited. But his mom? Sounds like his mom is in his corner, don't you think? Joe. Joe caught me dancing in first grade during recess, out back by the slide. Alone, or so I thought, until Joe showed up and joined right in. Seems funny now because there was no music playing and neither of us minded or needed any. We were our own melody. We went back to class, each waiting for the other to spill his secret for a laugh, but we didn't. That's how we knew we'd be friends. So he's got Joe in his corner. Best friend. I like Joe's Garvey. Clever on the pitcher's mound, wicked smart in math, #1 at knock-knock jokes. Do friends make better mirrors? Knock knock. Here's Joe's knock-knock joke. Joe. Knock knock. I say, "Who's there?" Orange. Orange who? Aren't you going to ask me in? I laugh every time. Mine's better. Knock knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange who? Wait, knock knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana who? Aren't you dying to know? Do you love knock-knock jokes? I love a good knock-knock joke. I hope you all do. Me and Joe. That's the name of the next page. With window cracked wide, we telescope the night sky, trailing Orion, dreaming of supernovas, mapping the stars for hours. Alien. Over breakfast, Dad eyes me like an alien never seen before. Sometimes I could swear that he's hoping to make first contact. Tuesday. Excitement beaming from Dad's face, he bounces in, palms a basketball. "Look what I've got for you, son. Want to go work up a sweat?" Who's he talking to? After all these years, you'd think he'd start to know me. Will he ever stop trying to make me someone I'm not? Phone call. All evening long, I try tucking in my sadness, but it keeps getting snagged on my voice when I speak. Joe catches it when he calls. "Hey, what's up?" Joe asks. Should I tell him? "Nothing you haven't heard before. I wish my dad could see me. That sounds crazy, huh?" "Not really," says Joe. "I get it, seriously, but you've got a dad. Mine skipped out a long time ago. Why'd I open my big mouth?" That's the narrator, Garvey, thinking that. Joe shrugs it off. "Knock, knock," he says. "Not now, Joe. Come on, man, knock, knock." I give in. "Who's there?" "Your friend." "Joe, who's always here for you." Oh, how kind is that? I like Joe. Dance with my father. Dance with My Father spins on the CD player on my dad's nightstand. The words seep into me, then leave my cheeks wet and salty. Saturday play. Soccer games display Angela's acrobatics out on the field, but there's another game she plays that we both call distraction, and it goes like this. Dad juggles his ball like a hot potato, asks, "Who's running up for passes?" Angela always rises. "I could probably use some extra exercise." She winks at me, sign of our conspiracy. "Score!" I slip away unnoticed. So that scene, it's like the dad is inviting Garvey to play, but then she comes to his rescue and says, "Hey, I need some exercise," so that maybe the dad will forget that Garvey doesn't want to play. To the father's credit, there's not much to credit the father with. We seem like he's pushing Garvey and not accepting his talents. Hopefully, deep down, his dad really does want to bond with Garvey. Maybe he just doesn't know how. He hasn't figured it out yet. I sure hope he does. In the next room, Mom gets her chess set, teaches me about bishops, knights, pawns, then says, "Football's fine, but this is exercise for your brain." Sunday dinner. Joe and I stretched the afternoon practicing chess long enough to skip potato peeling duty. We save our strength for eating and being grateful for roast chicken at my house and glazed ham at his, plus mashed potatoes that make our mouths two caverns of joy. Our extra helping of Mom's famous peach cobbler earns me a death glare. From guess who? I've worked it out, says Dad. Garvey stuffs himself. So he's too slow to run passes with his old man. Sure, Dad, whatever. That's all kinds of crazy, right? Maybe I should just love cobbler. September. I'm on school countdown. Bring it on! More days with Joe and fewer with Dad, who's still mad I didn't spend break practicing serpentine runs. Checkmate. Turns out Mom was right. My brain's beginning to bulge with brand new muscles. From now on, for Joe and me, it's chess and astronomy. Dressing for school. I lace up new kicks, smiles showing up like hope until ugly whispers from last year echo in memory, scraping that smile from my lips. Day 1. I'm armed with earphones, a perfect solution, until principal tells me school rules won't allow them. So here I go, nervous, naked. Nah, he's really not going to school naked. I'm thinking what he means is he feels naked without his earbuds. That's where he escapes. Too skinny for words. Too skinny for words. Bumps into me on purpose. Oops, he says. Sorry, it's kind of hard to pass by since you take up so much space. That is awful. I hope none of you would ever make fun of someone's size and weight like that. Oh my gosh, no wonder he doesn't want to go to school if people make fun of him. Under the stairwell, I take a beat, close my eyes, and hum loud enough to drown the ordinary sound of meanness flung my way. Day 2. My mirror throws back reflections of a round boy whose face looks like mine. Who is he, and how have I disappeared inside his skin? I search through my shirts for tan, brown, gray, colors that can help me sneak past any rough wall of words I'm at risk of slamming into. Foiled. I need a new plan. Some dumb kid named Todd tried to be hilarious. Hey, Garvey, see you around. Get it? Around. Sheesh, really? Second period. I glare at the stairs, bare my teeth, and start the climb. Breathless in 10 steps. I'm late to science again. I've come to hate the change bell. Oh, he hates passing period between classes. I feel for him. Next one is short week. Labor Day saved me. Seriously, if this week were one day longer, I'd find a patch of earth and pull it up over my head. Poor Garvey. Dinner. My tongue does a dance when Mom's spicy lasagna is passed around to me. Leave us some, little piggy, says Angela with a grin. Not every cut bleeds, so maybe Sis doesn't know how deep the wound goes. A second heaping serving's not enough to heal my hurt. In between big bites, I hum to the jazz playing on the radio, the melody soothing me wherever words left splinters. Garvey does like to eat. A lot of us do. I'll admit that. I like to eat. But sometimes, or I'm getting the impression that maybe sometimes he eats a lot because that's his comfort, because he's so hurt all the time. Possibly. Drop in. Joe drops by for our weekly game of chess where we babble on about nothing in particular, which can feel pretty perfect. Shoulder pad season. Ooh, that means football. The family gathers for the first weekly huddle, minus me. So what? By kickoff, I'm knee-deep in learning how to wrinkle time. Late night snack. My candy stash gone, the refrigerator howls to my hollow stomach. Come! On my way to the kitchen, I catch Dad, eyes closed, humming. I can't remember the last time I heard Dad hum. His voice shakes the ground, deep as thunder. Not like mine, just one more way we're different. Shadow. My mom, Dad, and Sis could fit inside my shadow and poof, disappear. Whenever I stand near, that's how it feels. They're all so small. I could be smaller, I think, if I wanted to, if I really tried. I swallow those words with a tall glass of water and sleep. Diet. Breakfast is easy, a cereal bar with nuts. I figured that should patch up my hungry spaces till it's time for the apple. I brought for lunch. Wrong. My stomach's an angry bowl of empty. Why'd I turn down today's menu of juicy cheeseburgers and fries? Stealthy dresser. After a quick lunch, I hit the boys' locker room 5 minutes early, jam on my gym uniform so no one sees me naked. Oh my goodness, getting there early so he can get into his gym uniform. Oh, we're almost halfway through. He just seems so depressed and upset. Such a sad novel and verse so far. Secret is the next page. Someone's at the door. Dad's old friend, guitar in hand. He mentions the band. No time, says Dad. Have fun, though. Me, I whisper, band? What band? I ask him later, learning the meaning of regret. Dad's head snaps around. Since when do you listen in my private conversations? I thought I'd ask Mom, but what if she went to Dad? He'd only get mad. So I drop it. In minutes, the memory slips away. Fun run. That's what Joe called it. A sprint down the block and back. I near cracked a sweat just contemplating the run. I huffed, puffed, and crashed halfway. So he's starting to run with his friend Joe. Limits. You okay, buddy? Joe bends over, all love. I tuck in my shame with my shirt, cough up a joke. Dang, this was easy on Mars. Well, I tell myself, I've got some homework to do. I stagger upstairs, flip on something with a groove, and sing my way into math. Math makes him happy, sounds like. A slice of truth. Skipped another lunch, then piled my plate at dinner. Might as well give up. Lose 1 pound, then put on 3. Diets are not helping me. Photo album. I flipped through pictures of Dad when he was my age, laughing while Grandpa held him in a loose headlock. Close as I wish we could be. What was Grandpa like? I asked Dad after dinner. He shrugs, strong, silent, like you then, never talking. He talks some, said Dad. Football. Pigskin, the gridiron, throws, passes, tackles, touchdowns. I guess you could say football's the way Dad and me knew how to be together. Here I've been thinking Dad pushed me to play football because he thought I was weird or some kind of weakling. I had it wrong, all wrong. So maybe that's the only way Garvey's dad bonded with his dad was football. So maybe that's why he's pushing it on Garvey. Like that's his only fond memory of his dad. So maybe that'll be a fond memory with his son. Only it's not working out that way, is it? Because Garvey has no interest in football. Luther's dad song. Luther's sad song again. Luther. Dance with My Father, the name of the song, plays in the kitchen while I choke on eggs, missing my right there dad like Luther missed his own gone so long dad. Morning classes. Blue notes, sad as me, wail their wall from a classroom I've never been in. Chorus, says Joe when I ask. It's a new club. You should join. It's a choir. Surprised he hadn't thought about joining choir before. You're always singing, or at least humming out loud. Yeah, but I don't know. Look, says Joe, your voice is choice. You should let others hear it. Who says? I know some kids think chorus is full of sissies. Ignore them, Joe says. I nod my head but wonder whether Dad will think that too. Second thoughts. Chorus. The word sings. It may not bring me closer to my dad, but still, chorus might be a way to fill in the puzzle of me. Fear. Fear is that flip-flop in my belly, like when I tried out for baseball. All I got for my trouble was being laughed off the field. Oh, my heart hurts for Garvey. Will this be the same? What if I open my mouth and out comes nothing? Will kids laugh me out the door? I can't take that anymore. Turtle. In a week, Joe asks, so have you joined chorus yet? I sigh, turtle in. May not be for me, I say. In other words, you're afraid. Busted. Best thing about friends, they know you inside and out. Worst thing about friends, they know you inside and out. My turtle shell is useless. Shift. Joe's head hangs heavy, warning me he's got bad news. I switch math class, and the school switched my lunchtime too. For once, I don't feel hungry. Oh, poor Garvey. He's not with Joe at lunch or in math. Getting in the groove. I groove on Luther, whose music lives at my house. One song is Love Won't Let Me Wait. Endless Love, Your Secret Love. How many love songs are there? No, thank you. I'll pass. But somewhere, Luther Vanderhoes, I said that right, Said being true matters. The words weren't in a song, but they sound like music to me. Garvey's Choice, that's actually the name of this page. Ignoring my nerves, I march into the classroom, squeak out why I've come. Feeling numb, I take a breath, tickle that first note, then soar. My voice skips octaves like a smooth stone on a lake. That's what they tell me. Well, class, says the director, guess we found our new tenor. And so bass singers sing lower and tenor have a better register up in their higher register. They can get those high notes. Sounds to me like he nailed it. Lighter than air. I would have skipped home, but I told myself, act cool. Couldn't help the grin. Try wiping it off my face. Go on, I double dare you. I'm going to stop right there for today. We only have one part left, so I hope you'll join me next time. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think so far? All right. I love it when I get emails. Take care, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.